Hi boys and girls, welcome to the second part of the factors and multiples lesson. So in the video just before this you learned about factor pairs and how to find those, and now we're going to learn about multiples, and these things are related because you can use factor pairs to find multiples. And I forgot to tell you in the first video, knowing your factor pairs and knowing multiples are going to help you with division, and you'll see how that works. So knowing if a number is a multiple of something will help you with division, and then knowing also if knowing the factors of a number helps you with division too. So that's why we are learning about factors and multiples. So let's look at the question. How do you find the multiples of a number? For example, find the first 6 multiples of 4. So that's something we're going to be looking at a little bit after we do a quick review. So let's look at what we're going to learn in this lesson. So in this lesson, you're going to figure out multiples of a number by using a number line. Now there are a few ways to find multiples, but in this lesson we're going to use a number line for the visual, and you'll also see that you can use factors to find multiples, but we're going to focus on the number line method. Let's do a quick review. A multiple is the product of multiplying a factor times a factor. So when you have 2 times 3, 2 is a factor, 3 is a factor, 6 is the product, and it's also a multiple, which you'll see here in a second why 6 is a multiple of 2 and 3. So 6 is a multiple of 2, and you can see that because when you start to find multiples, you always start with the number. So I'm going to start with 2 since we have 2 here. So 2, 4, 6, I land on 6. So 6 is a multiple of 2. 6 is, and you can use the factors too to figure that out. 2 times 1, 2 times 2, 2 times 3, and then 2 times 4 to find multiples. 6 is also a multiple of 3 because when you start with 3 and you start skip counting by 3's, you will land on 6. So 3, 6, 9, 12. Alright, so when writing down the list of multiples, don't write the multiples too close because that can kind of screw you up. So you always want to put commas between them. So for instance, if you were trying to do the multiples of 10, and you did, some commas here or there, it would be kind of confusing. But if you actually put the commas after the number, you can go, okay, the first 5 multiples of 10 are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So these would be all multiples of 10. Alright, and then, just like I said, you want to use the commas to separate them. And then the dots just to say the list continues, because with multiples, the lists, go on for an infinite amount. You can't list all the multiples of a number, else you'd be writing forever. So in this one, I want you to get out a piece of scratch paper so you can pause the video. And I want you to find the first 5 multiples of 7. And once you've solved it, you can hit play. Alright, so finding the first 5 multiples, you can do a number line like this, or, which I'll show you in a second, you can just write the numbers out. But let's see, so if I'm counting by 7s, so I wrote out a whole number line and I'm counting by 7s, I went 7, 14, 21, and then my next one would be 28, and then the last one that's going to be on the number line would be 35. So you don't necessarily need to write out this whole number line, but it just kind of gives you an idea about the skip counting. So really I could just write out 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, and then just put commas in between. So really knowing your facts help you actually find the multiples. So these are the first 5 multiples of 7. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35. And again, this could go on forever. but these are just the first 5. And then again, to actually list them, you don't need the number line. You can just do 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, add the 3 dots to show it goes on forever. All right, again, a little practice for you. You should be getting a little bit more comfortable with it now. So again, you don't need to write out the number line like they did before. You can just list them if you want. But find the first 8 multiples of 4. So remember, it's of 4. But so you'll have 8 numbers listed, so I want the first 8. So, and I'll give you a clue. The first one's going to be 4. Then go on from there. So pause the video and then write out the first 8 multiples of 4. All right, hopefully you have 8 numbers down, and I'm going to show you how to do the first 8 multiples. So again, here's a big number line. You don't have to do that, but this is just showing you a visual. So the first one would be 4. I gave you that clue. So 4. Then you go to 8. Then you skip counting. Then 12. Skip count again. And you notice the factors are underneath here. Then 16. Then 20, 24, 28, 32, 36. So going through, if you know your facts, you'll be able to do the factors too. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and this is actually the 9th one. So 36 is not going to be included in the first 8 multiples. So here are the first 8 multiples: 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the 8th one actually should have been 32 on here. Sorry about that. Did not put that on there. So that would be actually the first 8. So I was missing 32. So in this lesson, you have learned how to find the multiples of a number by using a number line. Again, you don't need the number line. It was just a visual. So it's really the skip counting. You start at that number, skip count by that number, and all the numbers you land on are the multiples. If you need a little bit more help when you look at the entrance ticket, just watch the video again, and good luck.